Yeah, dude, that was like plenty slow. Who doesn't get that? Anyone who complains about this being too fast is a baby. What was that again?
One more time.
Okay, that one was a little fast. Are you gonna play it slow? You just got excited. Oh. Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the reaction log. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Not only do we have a special spicy one today, but we have one that I think is a little overdue, just based on, you know, the nature of this content here. This is the infamous Yngwie Malmsteen instructional video. And you know what? I do actually know some stuff about this one. It's infamous for a reason. What is it? It's that he plays too fast. But I think I have a counter argument to everyone trying to learn from this. Here's the deal, and here is the hard to swallow truth that I think a lot of you need to hear. If you're complaining about his examples being too fast, I don't think you know enough, and I don't think you're good enough to actually even approach playing them yet. Boom, I said it. Because I feel like I'm gonna hear these examples, and I'm gonna hear pretty basic arpeggios, I'm gonna hear little sequences, I'm gonna hear little pedal point descending scales and all that, and I feel that with my guitar experience up until this point, which has been relatively extensive, that I'm gonna know what's going on. So let's see. I feel like this instructional video might be perfect for someone like me or someone more advanced than me. We're gonna jump into it. I feel like I'm gonna be able to follow along pretty easily. You know, if you're struggling, again, I don't think you're ready to play this stuff yet, but maybe I can help shed some light on a few things. I know, I'm just a nice guy like that. I'm gonna help you guys out. So what's my deal? I'm a classical guitarist here on YouTube, and in my opinion, classical is the only kind of guitar worth playing, which, from what I've heard of Yngwie Malmsteen, it's reminiscent of classical. I guess they call this neoclassical. So, you know, maybe there's some stuff that we can get down with on this. Alright, well, let's go ahead and just jump on into it, shall we? Yeah. First off, we just got back from the Alan Holdsworth video, and I made this comment in that video as well. It's real refreshing to see a rock star actually have long hair and a headstock. I hope if you learned anything from this video, it's time to start growing out your hair. You know, I can hate on this all I want. There is something nice about the boys just having fun with classical conventions, am I right? And then you shred an A minor over it. Oh. Ooh, I meant E flat, excuse me. That ain't no key I'm shredding in. We ain't playing jazz over here.
This is Yngwie Malmsteen, one of today's most innovative players.
The innovative player who just ripped everything from classical music. Yeah. Dang, dude, look at those pants. He's giving Jacob Collier a run for his money. Yngwie kind of went the opposite way, though, because Jacob goes super loose, Yngwie super tight. Alright, alright. Dude, that vibrato that shakes the guitar, look at that. Yeah. Alright, alright. Did they just tell him to shred for a little bit? Yngwie, you're not talking to me. I want to hear you talk. I bet the Guitar Center employees can't get a single word in edgewise when he's shredding in the electric room. Hey, you like that guitar? You've been playing for a while. Maybe we can talk about the amp that you're using right now? You gonna buy something?
Welcome to the video.
Thank you, and welcome to this video, too.
My name's Yngwie Malmsteen. J Malmsteen, by the way.
What does the J stand for? Post in the comments.
Look a little bit on my style of guitar playing, and, you know, hope you can enjoy it. And we got to talk about my equipment and so forth. Well, you're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Wait, dude, that's a tarp behind him. I see that tarp waving because his back is like pressed against it. Oh my god. Wait, are you telling me that, dude, this tarp setup isn't even that crazy? It's just 3 Stratocasters and a blank wall. Dude, where'd you film this thing?
By the way, I tuned down 1/2 step, so maybe you should tune to this note.
This is actually a test. He wants us to tune our own guitars just based on what he played there. This is like a real freaking advanced music lesson right here. It's like, here, tune. I'm sorry, Yngwie, I'm a failure. I just want to get the job done. Hey, you know what? A lot of bands from the 90s and so on drop tune to half step. I think mainly because the singer just maybe didn't want to sing quite as high. It really says something, the fact that this is a guitar-centric band and he drop tuned anyways. His only reason for doing that is because it was more comfy. It's just nicer to play an E flat versus E. Is that cheating? I don't know. I feel like we're entering the realm of cheating there. Fishy stuff so far. Oh. Wait, was the point of that just to tell us to tune to E flat and now we have to watch this? Oh, I think we're supposed to be tuning during this part.
In this first section, Yngwie shows some of his favorite licks, arpeggios, and classical influenced phrases. Pay close attention to his right hand as he uses various picking techniques to execute the ideas.
Dude, you want me to look at his right hand, but I can't help but look at his backside with all these angles. Alright, be sure to look at his right hand now.
Practice the licks slowly and precise at first, eventually working them up to a faster tempo.
Thanks for the frickin' pedagogy voice in my video. That's some sick practice advice right there. Play it slow and perfect. Speed that sucker up over time. Now you're Yngwie. Congratulations.
It's also good to play the ideas in as many different keys as you can.
All 12 keys? This is all solid practice advice so far. I mean, if you're doing all that, you're just fluent in guitar. So, good job.
And above all, incorporate them in your own playing as soon as possible.
Dude, heck yeah. Whoa, dude, chill out. Licks, arpeggios, and classical phrases. Well, arpeggios and classical phrases I get. Licks, I don't know what that means, but we're gonna get into it.
This is the way I use the fingering on a diminished arpeggio. It goes as follows.
No. Okay. See, that's what I mean. I think the slow speed that he did there was just fine. Practice the licks at a slow speed, and then speed them up.
Fingering on a diminished arpeggio goes as follows.
Okay, okay. That's what I mean. If you need him to go any slower than that, you ain't ready. Pretty sick diminished run. Next example, please. I think I mastered that one.
Okay,
All
this
right.
is the fingering for A minor. If you do that very slow, go.
Alright, oh, so that was hard, right? No, that wasn't hard. Wait, where'd he do that? Oh, he went like way up. Hey, he said to play in any key. Maybe I'll play it in D. So he dropped the third down like that. I usually see it played on the same string with the third. Whatever, he has a weird way of playing that, it's fine. Yeah, dude, that was like plenty slow. Who doesn't get that? Like, even if you didn't even know what you were hearing, you could, that's slow enough to pick out individual notes. Anyone who complains about this being too fast is a baby. You kind of drag the beginning of it there. I think you need a slow practice.
This is a very long A minor arpeggio.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Which is basically the same pattern, but in different modes.
Same pattern and different modes. When he says modes, he doesn't really mean modes. He means scale positions, because it's all A minor.
Like that.
Yeah, easy. I don't have the high note. So far, these are all just basic arpeggio shapes. And yeah, it's fast, it's flashy. It's easy to understand, though. He doesn't even have to slow these examples down. Like, you should understand that just based on hearing the fast one. It's just an A minor arpeggio in 4 notes, going through the whole range, going through each inversion on the high 4 strings of the guitar. You need that slowed down? What are you, stupid or something? Easy peasy. Play it faster.
Here is one of the things I do very often. It's sort of a symmetric A minor pattern. Could be in any key, though.
A symmetric A minor pattern. I'm intrigued. I don't usually associate A minor with symmetry. Well, let's see what he's got. Ah, okay. By symmetric, he means he's playing a noodle and then moving it around the scale. So it's a sequence. Cool.
And here it is slow.
Yeah, I might need that one slow to really pick it up. Hold on. Okay, okay, hold on now. Hold on now.
And here it is slow.
Alright, it's like, ooh, this one might be a little fast. My ears are having a little difficulty picking out each note.
Could be in any key, though.
Slow it down, man. Okay, okay, so that's a decoy right there. You don't really need that. The real... Does he really do that on just one string? Very simple sequence. I did need a little bit of assistance for that one. I had to half speed it. But you know, it sounds more like a texture at a certain point when you play it too fast, so it's like, what am I even hearing? Scale stuff is a little hard to hear, I'll give you that. So maybe this example, if you only had the VHS tape and no way to speed it up or slow it down, it would take a while to come to it. I still think it's like very possible though. Someone more skilled than me could hear that immediately, and they would know. Hey, and it's a 4-note sequence. PIMA. I don't know if that's something that you want to try to work on. Playing that, like, tremolo would be pretty crazy. It'd be cool, though.
here's
Still easy. Not playing any of it to speed. Still easy.
another pattern I use quite often as well.
Let me get that slowed down,
slow.
please. Okay, that's slow enough. That's slow enough. I think it's that. No, that's not what I played. That's not what I played at all. Let me get that half speed. Hold on now, hold on. He's actually gonna play it slower, I think, because he realized that that was absurd. Nope. I know what he's doing there. Hold on, it's obvious. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this. I feel like such an idiot right now. I have to be perfect. Why am I not perfect? Let's see. Oh, I heard it. I hear it now. I'm stupid. He's going high and then going back up to it. Oh, I'm so bad at those. I'll have to practice that one. But that's example 5 right there. See, I think we're just going to go through all these, and I'm just going to show you all of them so you know what to do. Hopefully, I'm showing them well enough, because I'm playing them way slower than he is. So if you can't figure it out for me, you definitely shouldn't be playing it, I guess.
Okay, here's the thing I do also very often. I use like a slap back echo, like that.
We don't have that.
With the volume knob. Sounds like this.
Whoa, that sounds like a violin, kind of. Really going for the Paganini persona, huh?
Like you've done it on different speeds, but that's the speed I use. And here's the same thing without the echo. You can hear the difference.
Okay, we're not going to cover that one because that's just irrelevant. I have no idea. Find another YouTube guitarist to explain that one to you. I don't know what that is. Dude, if I did that to my guitar, I'd ruin my French polish.
But here's one of my favorite licks as well. It's over my A minor thing there. It could be done in any key, of course.
We're certainly not going to play it in any other key, I'll tell you that right now. Dude, A minor is such an epic key for guitar. Why ever leave? Why ever leave, really? What was that again?
One more time.
Okay, that one was a little fast. Are you going to play it slow? He just got excited. Oh, come on, man. Dude, I don't even have a chance. I don't even know what I'm hearing.
Here's the one. Here's the one.
Wait, no, you're just gonna move on? No. Okay, I think I got it. I don't think he needed to slow that one down. Alright, I'm gonna play it extremely slow and crummy. A good IM exercise there. It can be a little hard to play runs like that clean. I think your hair is getting into your pickups there. Dude, how do you play with your hair under your strings like that?
Here's the one. Here's the one. Yep.
Is that it? Okay.
Slowly.
It's real slow. Dude, I can't get up there. Alright, so I think that one is just a repeating pattern where we have that and then that note. I think that's all it is. That one's pretty easy. God, I'm getting a little fatigued from this.
Favorite thing to do is very classical influenced. So like that.
Yeah.
And slowly that would
Slow it down for us, why don't you?
go.
That's actually kind of a nice one. So, alright, yeah, I got this one. I don't even need it slow. Yeah, so it's I played that kind of crappy, I know. So I think he actually did a somewhat good job of explaining what's going on here, because at the beginning there was this title that said Arpeggios, and then it also said this other thing called licks. A lot of these licks that I'm seeing are just sequences throughout A minor, where you just come up with a pattern. Like this is a pattern that you can do anywhere. You know, you can do it anywhere in A minor. It's the same idea. It's just a pattern of notes and you're just moving it through the scale. I would maybe explain that we're doing that. Maybe give some prerequisite study. The prerequisites for this video, I would say, if you want to learn all these licks, learn the A minor scale. Like, you have to know the A minor scale across the entire fretboard. You need to know it everywhere. And I would also go ahead and know the A minor arpeggio in all positions on all strings. I don't have that ready to perform or anything, but you should definitely be familiar with the notes of the arpeggio that all these licks are coming from. By the way, if you don't know what I'm doing there, I'm just going through every closed position A minor triad. Root position, first inversion, second inversion, root position. And then, because I started in root on the first one, now I go to first inversion up there, and I go through all those. And then you're in second inversion to root, first, second. And because we're at the 12th fret now, that covers all the different patterns that you'll see, and it just repeats as you go. Yeah, for all this stuff, A minor scale, A minor arpeggio. That's what you'll need. So I'm just saying, if I could critique this video, I would offer some kind of prerequisite that's kind of firmly established in the beginning. Here's what you'll need, because there are prerequisites to this and they're pretty easy to learn, honestly. It's really only those two things. And then maybe explain that the licks that we're talking about here are just sequences in A minor, like in the scale and arpeggio. And then once you have an understanding of that, I think it's pretty easy to kind of make up your own sequences and even expand on his that he shows you here. Because right now, to get stuff out of this lesson, because I've gotten stuff from this lesson, like I've learned those licks, I've never played any of those licks before. I had to go through an entire lifetime of extensive guitar practice, and I still had to use technology that the VHS tape did not originally come with, which is slowing it down to half speed on some of those examples to actually figure them out. I probably could have without doing that, but it would have been time consuming. Those are my critiques that I'd make for this, how to make it a little more accessible. Yeah, alright.
Basically what it is, you repeat one note and go down, so to speak.
Go down. Go down what? What is that?
That can be done in any scale, or
yeah, whatever that means.
any key.
Again, we're never gonna move this out of A minor, ever. Why would we ever do that? Yeah. No. Oh god, this one sounds hard. Oh god, no. I don't think I can do number 10. This is like the final boss.
Right, here's a lick that it's basically the same pattern, but you play it in different octaves, downwards or upwards.
Oh, okay. That was a pretty good explanation, actually. So it's a sequence. Let's hear it. Oh. Give me more than that. It's the same speed. He just dragged the beginning a little bit. Alright, here it is at full speed. Alright, here it is a little bit slower. That's like what my students do when I ask them to play slower. Just drag the first note and then just continue on the speed you're used to. Oh shoot, he's actually doing it slow. Yeah, that's the sequence. So it's just another scale sequence. I'll never be able to play that fast, I'm sorry.
Here's just that A minor pattern, how to go from low to high note, just one of
Oh, alright, so we got a direction.
This is slow.
You know what it is. It's another sequence. I'm not gonna
Something like that anyway.
Something like that. He doesn't even know. I don't know. I just freaking play it. I studied this stuff for a year when I was a teenager. I never thought about it since. I just let the muscle memory take over.
This is a little technique I use. It's a delay in stereo. And I just play with the volume knob on it. And I improvise and see whatever comes out.
Yeah, dude. I do this exact same thing in Guitar Center. Alright, he's shredding on stage. It's awesome.
In this section, he shares some excerpts from some of his best-known compositions.
Okay, we're not interested in that. Segments from compositions. We're using the term composition quite loosely here, alright.
An arpeggio from a song called Demon Driver, and I play it for you very slow. It goes as follows.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Let's check it out. That's classical as heck, dude. That's crazy. Sounded a little Trans-Siberian Orchestra here. I don't know about this one. Except Trans-Siberian Orchestra would play it in quarter notes. Bum, 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 bum. With, like, power chords. This is easy to make fun of again, because this is a guitar lesson, but this is actually a very important thing. This is showing you what's possible with the information that you just attempted to learn. It's the same idea as the first 4-minute mile being broken by Roger Bannister. Of course, you guys know about him, musical hero. It was thought to be an impossible barrier, and then once somebody did finally break it, everybody freaking broke it. It's the same thing with this. You can have all these examples and learn how to play them really well, but you might not play them at the speed that Yngwie is playing if you've never even heard somebody play that fast. Sometimes we are our own worst enemy. If we don't know it's possible, we'll hold ourselves back. We'll assume that it's not possible. So seeing him play this fast, even though it's not helpful at all for our learning, it just shows us what's possible, and that's important for kids to know. So I like this portion. It's necessary, you know? Let's skip it though, because we already know it's possible.
Then you have to play E minor. With mainly 3 delays in it. And harmonizer.
Alright, he's going through his gear. I don't care about any of this. I think we covered basically everything in this video, so I think we're done. Yeah, alright, well that was a pretty interesting one. What'd you guys think of that? Yngwie Malmsteen teaches us some stuff. Do learn your scales and arpeggios, and I can maybe talk about that in a chair log or something if you really want me to explain what I was doing. Alright, well let's go ahead and wrap this one up here. So, of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Hey, want some guitar lessons? Not gonna teach you any of this crap, and I'm fully booked, but I invite you to send me an email if you like. Just introduce yourself, it's all good. Of course, head on down over to Root and Slight for some merch. I have a Patreon, I have a members section. I live stream my practice if you want to join that and chill. Practice together in solidarity. That's good stuff too. Alright, well, I'll see you in the next one.